Hey, how you guys doing? How are you guys doing? It's Wednesday. Y'all ready to look at some jobs with me tonight? I'm gonna just popping in. Hey, how we doing? Hey, how y'all doing? Come on in. Come chill with me. I'm just working. Hey, I'm gonna go over 5 jobs. Y'all ready for me to go over money with you tonight? Anybody want me to go over some money with you tonight? I'm gonna go over 2 jobs for newbies. Hello, how are you? Hey. And then I'm gonna go over 3 or 4 jobs. I'm gonna go over 3 or 4 jobs. So I'm gonna go over 2 jobs for newbies and then 3 or 4 jobs for, what's it called? Yeah, I turned 40 this year and apparently my vision slightly, I don't know if it was stress or whatever. So now I wear glasses. So bear with me. They don't look too bad, do they? They don't look too bad, do they? Hey, come on in, guys. If you're with RTQ, say RTQ in the chat. If I have any students that's here. Say RTQ in the chat. How are we doing? My glasses don't look too bad? Please let me know because I feel like I literally just got them an hour ago. And somehow Friday, my vision went from clear to slightly blurry. So I have to get used to these glasses. RTQ, I got a student in the house. What's going on? Prior student? Now you know how to name. I can't tell what that means. So I wish I would have been with RTQ. You always can come to RTQ. Thank you, like the frames. Thank you. Are y'all ready to go over some money? Are y'all ready? 2 or 3 season talent career. Hello. Are y'all ready to go over some money? I'm gonna go over 2 jobs for newbies that I feel you can absolutely position and secure and get. A year ago, I was in RTQ. A year ago, you were a graduate, meaning an offer, or you was in the program, but we still trying to get our first yes. Either way, it's good. We RTQ, right? Let's go. All right. So I got 2 jobs for you. So we're going to do 2 jobs for newbies. I'm going to go over them. If you have any questions, let me know. Then I'm going to go over 4 jobs. If you have taken another manual QA bootcamp training, if you are a previous RTQ student and you landed your first one, or you're still in the market and you're ready to upskill with some automation, we have a 30 days to automation live experience that we're doing. It starts October 20th, and we're only taking 25 people. And the prereqs is that you absolutely must understand manual testing, have held a manual QA role, basically, or went to another manual QA bootcamp. Okay, because we're not actually teaching you that on that actual call. All right. Okay. All right. I got an offer. Okay, so you a graduate. Hey, we got a student that landed a job. It's not a big hourly rate though, but it's very low. I'm happy as me. So first of all, we don't talk like that. Now, if I knew your name, we don't talk like that. You got your first yes. So now you got experience. So now you add that to your resume. Now you add more skills. Now you go get another yes when you're ready to. All right. Or you come to the 30-day, because as a previous student, you actually get $200 off our offer for full pay if you want to join this, the 30 days of automation. But no, we got, that's right. You got your yes. The fact that you coming out here, look, I need to know your name, because I'm gonna be looking for the account. Okay. All right, we got any more RTQers? Say RTQ in the chat. We got a student in here that just landed a job, got their first yes, and I am assuming that yes, it's $9.95. It's actually in 48 hours is going up to $14.95. And we're also giving 30 days to JavaScript. We have a ton of bonuses that we're doing with that. But if you're a previous RTQ student or a current RTQ student and you want to be a part of that experience, you do get $200 off that seat, okay? So are we ready to go over money? Are we ready to go over some jobs? Let's go. All right. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull this off. And I'm going to turn my camera around and we're going to start looking at some roles, okay? So just let me know that you're still with me. Let me open my camera. Can you guys see this? All right, so job number 1 is with Allstate, is a product systems tester. Let's go over this job description. This is a great role for a newbie, but we don't position like a newbie because we're going to position with our QA skills and our transferable skills. Okay, I'm going to assume, based upon this job description, honestly, I'm going to assume 60 to 70 to maybe 80,000. I don't know of Allstate with this type of role really being at 80, but this is still a good first yes, and it's full time. And when I look at the job description, one of the things they're looking for is definitely having some experience with some SQL. So that means some front-end testing, UI testing, and some SQL. But this is core responsibility. Look at this, 2 years of preferred experience, all right? Or in lieu of education, or a combination of equivalent experience. So that's job number 1. You guys got that? Let me know you're here. You guys got this? Because this is a good one. If you got that $27, I'm going to tell you this. If you got my $27 resume kit and career changers quick kit, go on W3 Schools, practice that SQL a little bit more. No reason why we can't position for this. All right, job number 2. This is with Bitwarden. It's a QA engineer, 70 to 90K, totally remote. All right. Now, what I need to actually do is, we're going to look at is becoming an authority of an entire code base, backend infrastructure, APIs. So you're basically understanding the tech stack, evaluating bugs. One of the things that stands out to me is definitely understanding REST APIs. So definitely maybe something like some Postman and something like that. But this is still something that a new person inside of testing can still have, because even as a manual testing, you should start to understand, or you should know, front end, back end testing, and middleware testing, even from a basic level. Okay, so this is what you bring, but the rest of this is nice to have. All right, so if you've used it, that's awesome. If you've done some mobile app testing, if you have any proficiency and understanding of Git, any of these things, then you're going to stand out even more to them. Okay, so if you're already a manual tester, you may have already been exposed to this, or QA engineer. And so what I love is this says help maintain automated tests with one or more industry proven automated frameworks. And that's one of the things that we're going to be doing inside of our 30 days to automation. All right. So with our 30 days of automation, we're taking people who already have manual experience, so that before 2026, you're not in this long boot camp, but you're still going to have 6 months access to us monthly and in a private chat, where you'll also be continuing to practice even after the 30 days. But by the end of the 30 days, you'll actually be doing, so you'll actually use JavaScript, Playwright, VS Code, GitHub, Copilot, okay? And then these are your 30 days. So every single day, you are actually doing something. We are not waiting 3 months. All right. You're never going to learn everything in QA, but this is enough to get you positioned for more money. So we're not in the market saying we don't have any understanding with automation and haven't touched the tool. But so job number 1, if you're just more of a manual tester right now, I showed product systems tester with Allstate. Job number 2, if you have some experience already as a manual tester too, QA engineer, I think this is a good one. Now, job number 3, 100 to 130K. How many of y'all see that? Let me know you here. Say here if you here. You see the difference? We're going to go over these skills. We're not waiting to 2026. Stop letting AI and automation make you feel like displacing you. All right. So, all right, y'all here. So, quality assurance engineer, 100 to 130. If you already have some automation, if you already have some QA experience. So basically you should have some front end or maybe back end API. You should understand Jira, daily stand up. So sprint. You should understand environments, regression. You understand all this. This a manual tester already has. Okay. Now, it says bonus if you have these. All right. But it says desired technologies is Playwright, in-unit, X-unit, or equivalent, Postman, CI tools like GitHub Actions. Guess what we're going to be doing? Remember that 30 days? If you already have been in Grow to QA, the core program, or if you already are a manual tester, you have experience, or you've been to another manual testing boot camp, now you're doing it here. That same job description, you'll be able to do in the next 30 days. Now, you're going to have to, continue to practice your JavaScript skills with what we're giving you. But by the end of that, you'll actually have built a automation framework. Okay. So when we're looking at job descriptions like this, you might be now positioned for, 70 to 80, 90K. And if you have experience, but now this is saying 100 to 130. And with our 30 days of automation, you're actually going to write and Playwright in JavaScript. You're actually going to do API testing and GitHub Actions. Want to see? Let's go ahead and go over to this. The whole thing is so we can position you for more money. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go to the learning journey. Look at that. Didn't I just say GitHub? We're going to go over the basics of HTML, JavaScript, and we're also giving a bonus 30 days of JavaScript after this. Hey, I know who that is. Hey, Lydia, how you doing? You be referring everybody. Look, girl, if you referring, you need to be using a link. And if you ain't had one, you need to contact me. How you doing? How those babies? All right. If you're RTQ, say RTQ. I got some RTQers. How we doing? So, and if you are Road to QA and you're ready to upskill in automation with the 30 days to automation, you contact us and we give you a code because you actually get $200 off as an RTQ student, past or current. Okay. Students only, $200 off. Let me refresh this because those should work. Those icons. I got to see why it didn't work. I think it's my page because I was using another page. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this. We get back to the money. So 100 to 130K. You see the difference? So we kind of started where, okay, you might see roles for about 70 to 90K more on the manual side with a little bit of API testing and stuff like that. But then when you add some automation skills, now we're jumping to 100 to 130, right? But we don't want to wait 6 months just to get some skills, right? So that's why we came up with the 30 days to automation. But with the 30 days to automation, you still actually are going to get 6 months connected with us so that you can still have time. But the goal is in 30 days, you have went from not touching the automation tool to going into using the automation tool with some JavaScript, creating end-to-end test scripts. All right, from an automation standpoint, being able to add this on your resume, you'll have an actual GitHub portfolio. Now, here's a QA tester, 105 to 115. Again, your skill set is your paycheck. If I look at a lot of this, look at this. They're already saying manual testing. So if you have manual testing, voila, you're good. All right. Now, test automation and support. Collaborate with senior engineers. So what I love about this is it says collaborate and assist. These are jobs that I really love too, because essentially it's telling me they have someone that's already specialized in automation, but they might want to train you up. So you just taking this 30 days to automation can position you for roles like this, that where they already have a senior QA that's maybe doing the scripts, but they want you to help support that. And you're going to be doing all of this inside of the 30 days to automation. Okay. So this is where we now are having a difference in paycheck, because now we're going from 70 to 80 to 90,000 to 100, 110, 120, 130, because now we have automation skills. Are we liking this? Do we understand that? Okay, so accessibility, we're going to add inside of our thing. Yeah, that is a good one. But this is great. And even if you've been learning on your own, with them all saying contributing to it and collaborating with them, let me tell you something. If you are already a manual tester or a QA engineer, yes. How's it going anyway with that? So yes, this is a good one. All right, let's go to another one. All right. So now let's talk about Wera. I always say this wrong because this is the second time I've seen any jobs. 130 and 100 to 130. Remember, your paycheck is your skill set. Bachelor's degree in computer science or related field. Now, If a company ever wants a bachelor's degree and you don't have one like me, all right, then that's okay. Still apply. If you meet 70% of the job description, apply, because I have landed 9 different QA roles now, and 6 of them said bachelor's degree. I don't have a degree. So skill set matters. Apply. The worst thing that can happen is they just don't call you, okay? So we're going to act like this isn't even here. We're going to focus on the skill set. Proficiency in TypeScript and at least one other programming language. Now, they are saying proficiency in TypeScript and one other. So you're going to be learning like to start with JavaScript. But JavaScript is still similar to TypeScript. And so we'll kind of touch on that inside of the program. So I'm in RTQA and just sent my little sister over. Yeah, she seriously. Yes, let's go. Did you use your affiliate link? Make sure you email us. Let me know if she joins so you can get that credit. So going great. Gotten so far. I'm heavy. What? You have to give. You are in the role. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. This is so wonderful. Any more RTQers in the chat? Let me know. What if you already know Python? Will it transfer over to automation? So my thing is, if you already know, oh my goodness, that's so, girl, don't make me cry on this. So if you already know Python, I'm going to say that, like, because they saying Python, you let them know what you know about TypeScript, right? And then with Python, let them know what you know about Python. The worst thing a company could do is say no. But a lot of times when you have, especially if you have a programming language down, most of the time, if you know one, you can kind of transfer it to another a little bit, right? So it just takes time. So a lot of times I feel that companies are open to that as long as you're honest with them, and that allows them to decide if that's good enough, and even your skill set level, and also how you are going to catch up with everything. So I would say, it's really going to be, articulating that in the resume. And even if you say, understanding of TypeScript or whatever, but has, experience with Python, here's how. So I would say yes. I feel that you can still go for the role. But the company's going to ultimately decide if they just want somebody that has one over the other. But I'm going to say it's no problem. You just have to understand automation. And if you don't understand manual testing, just because you have automation skills, you still need to understand like testing period, before going into automation. So because you still also have to become the SME for the product, right? Okay, that makes sense. Well, if you convince me to learn JavaScript, so that well, no, I'm not gonna say that, because Python is a good thing. Python is good, especially even for beginners. However, I changed to TypeScript and JavaScript because you have Playwright, and it's a .NET software. Jenny is worth it, and I'm not even finished. Hey, let's go. We gotta keep on going. Thank you, love. So I'm just gonna say that I feel that if you have one, that's fine. But I went to JavaScript and TypeScript simply because I was really I'm on the Playwright bandwagon right now, and because of .NET systems, I just like Playwright. I just think that that's where I went. What if you're starting from absolute beginning? If you're starting from beginning, then you would just come to roadtoqa.com. Main page right here. Well, not that one. It just roadtoqa.com. It just transferred over. But roadtoqa.com, just like that. All right. And roadtoqa.com is our core program. And this is where you see several students in the chat talking. This is our new program. You can see all of our student testimonials. In fact, you can see one of the students' testimonial. I'm not going to say her name on this page. She's right here inside of the chat right now saying she's growing in her skill set. All right. So you can actually go to this page right now, and you can learn more about roadtoqa.com. I'm thinking about buying the 5-day course and giving it a try. Okay. Up to you. We're here. Yeah, she was a stay-at-home mom for 6 years, got trained in 2 months, and got her job. You didn't just have one, though. You had 2. And now you're going to automation. Girl, you got to come back and talk to us. Oh my gosh, you got to come back and talk to us. So let's get back. All right, we're talking about money, right? So you see how your skill set is your paycheck? So that's another one. I got 2 more for you. You ready? Well, no, I think we did do one more. Okay, so we was going over this 130. So We're seeking an automation engineer, mobile web automation, visual testing. All right. I have a CS degree and going to shoot my shot. Okay. Just make sure you're speaking to actual process of testing, though. As long as you know that, I think you're good to go. Because how you still, even though you can automate, you have the skill set of automation, right? And coding and all of that, you know, but actually understanding and thinking like a tester and how things come to automation and choosing automation. I literally just got hired for a company for me to come in and help them with improving automation. All right. And choosing and selecting what goes into automation. So make sure that you're thinking like a tester, not just skill set. So here go by again. What if you have an automation job? Is it possible that you can get a part-time manual job on the side? If so, I'm never going to tell you yes to that. That's up to you and your private life. I'm going to say if you was working 2 contracts, maybe depending on making sure you didn't sign any NDAs, stuff like that, then yes. But with love, you know, we have to give every company their time. I have job stacked in the past. I don't do it anymore because now I can land 6-figure offers. But I would say read anything that you sign and you determine if you can do that. So I joined late on RTQ 21st. Do I have access to this or will I have to wait until I'm done? Yes, you'll have to wait. Well, you'll have to wait and then go into another one. But you joined late. When you say you joined late, when did you join? Like, when did you join? Because depending on when you join, we offer you have an intro to automation module inside of Road to QA to start putting your hands on it. But the 30 days to automation is a whole nother program because that takes a whole nother mindset. Road to QA is designed to get you your first yes first and then or get into the market after that. And then you can keep upskilling. We don't want you to be taking too much because you'll never get into the market. You joined the love late. I don't know what that means. Retype that. So, you joined the live late. When did you join Road to QA though? Do you know when you joined Road to QA, like the actual program? Because I know for a while we actually offered some automation, additional stuff with a partner for a while with Road to QA seats. When you actually joined Road to QA. But what we were talking about is I'm doing a 30-day Road to QA. This is going to be a separate program and separate track. We will eventually add it to Road to QA, but that means Road to QA goes up. If you are just starting, you need to start at our base program, which is roadtoqa.com. Okay? Start there first. All right? So you join April. Yeah, we don't have, you have the intro modules inside of there, but we're actually adding a 7-day intro to Playwright inside of what you have now. So, hey, Janae. So you have access to enough. I want you to focus and get into the market and get to my internship. That's where you need to be focused on, because if you're CNs, you need to be get through it because our next internship now isn't until February. So you have between now to get through Road to QA, the main course, and get to the internship. That's where I want to see you focus. And then if you want to then join again as a Road to QA student, you can always invest in this and we'll offer you'll have it at a discounted price later. It's just that we're doing a live experience right now as we're launching it, but it will be a option in January again. All right, but we're only taking 25 seats for this. Yes, I need you to get through the internship. We just had somebody land a job. Y'all want to see that too? I'll show you guys. I got to make sure I ain't got no crazy stuff on my screen. So I'm going to give you one more. Y'all ready for one more? 100 to 160. How many of y'all see that? All right, now it says Boulder, Colorado. I don't know who live there, or remote. Or remote. All right, full time, 100 to 160. We are seeking a QA engineer with deep to develop and expand to a QA function, yada, yada, yada. Automated tests, actively build and maintain our end-to-end test suite with what? Playwright. And look, you have manual testing. So 3 years with Playwright, we're going to position our transferable skills and experience. QA engineer, 3 years with Playwright TypeScript. Remember, stop worrying about all these years experience because you're going to have transferable skills and worry about the actual skill set and your competency of it. Experience with automated QA on CI. All right. So TypeScript, JavaScript competency. Guess what? Let's look at this. This role right here in 30 days. Now you got to do the work. I can't just promise results. In 30 days, we're trying to get you ready in 2020. Look how we trying to increase you. That job said 100 to 160 before 2026. All right. So now let's look at that. What are you learning? That is a good job, right? That is a good one. You probably, I don't like, sound like you like your job. I don't know. I think, you know what? I think I'm on my wrong browser. I think I need to clear my cache. So what are we doing in 30 days? For 30 days, if you already have been a manual tester, if you have manual testing experience, or if you've been in a manual testing boot camp or came to Road to QA and you're just in the market, now you want to up level to add some more skills and create a portfolio, here's what you're doing with me in 30 days with me and Tony. Tony is my senior automation engineer. And guess what? I met him 4 years ago, all right, on a QA role. He is a senior automation engineer with over 10 years experience. He's been a QA manager. So you are not learning from just anybody. Let me show you who you're learning from. You're learning from Tony, he's our lead automation engineer. All right. And he has software that he's building and some projects of himself. He's leading this, him and his team. And then you have me, who's have been running Road to QA, and I've landed 9 now QA roles. All right. And I've been able to help over 200 people land their first QA roles and get their first yes in tech. You can see just a few testimonials on this page, but our main company is roadtoqa.com. This is our automation track. This is for somebody. You must have manual testing experience. Yes, Tony, or have taken another QA, manual QA program. So don't think you want to sign up for this, and if and you don't have any manual testing, because we are not teaching that. We will go over concepts, but we're not teaching that. So you definitely have to have the core. All right, and that's non-refundable. So don't be coming over here, saying like, I don't know. You will, if you don't have core, you need to come to roadtoqa.com. All right. So if you don't have the core of QA testing, you need to come to roadtoqa.com. So let's go over that job one more time. So this is ideal. We're taking you from this. So most QA roles look like this: 70 to 90K QA engineer. And in 30 days, if you already have your first QA role or experience, we're taking you from this to being able to go for roles like this. Now, it's still going to take work and practice and dedication for you to keep practicing what you learn and teach. But you'll come out with a portfolio, and you'll be touching tools like Playwright, JavaScript, VS Code, GitHub. You'll do some API testing. You'll be able to touch all that. All right. And then you're going to still get 6 months with us. All right. So I'll show you that page again in just a moment. But look at this. Now you're talking about 100 to 160 opportunities. Our skill set is our paycheck. All right. If your paycheck is stopping, because your skill set is probably stopping. If your paycheck and your salary is at a cap, it's because your skill set is probably capped. All right. So we're going to take, this is a prime example of this job description. We're going to take this job description, and in 30 days, you're going to do all of that in 30 days. I'm trying to find you a better page. Showing all my business there. I'm trying to show you a better page here. Let me show a better page here. So 30 days, the automation. So this is the site. We are trying to make it shorter, but join.roadtoqa.com/30 days to automation. I'll put a link later. All right. We're only doing it for $9.95, people. So if you already had that experience, we are not trying. We want you to be able to get this without student loan level debt. That's my mission. It is to help the underrepresented not get displaced by automation and AI, and give you the skills that you need to compete. That is what we do at Road to QA. So this is our 30 days to automation track. We only have 25 seats that we're offering for this live experience. I got to figure out why this isn't, my images was there. I don't know what's going on. We're going to fix those though for y'all. All right. So you can read all of the details at join.roadtoqa.com/30 days to automation. If you've been inside of Road to QA already or a past student, you can also go ahead and you can email us, because we have a coupon code for you as a previous student. But I want to just show you guys that, and this is everything you're going to get. I didn't even tell you that, right? You're going to get 30 days of automation, all right? 2 mentors, me and Tony. You're going to experience. You're going to get 2 portfolio projects, 4 weekly group calls, a private community for 6 months, 1 monthly automation call through 2026. You're going to get a JavaScript coding challenges. You're going to get 1 month post-hire mentorship. So if you land a job that requires automation in 2026, or after this in 2026, you're going to get 1 month so you won't be alone, so you can have the confidence to do that job. And then you're going to get a senior QA and QA automation resume template. We're going to have speak to your experience scripting and positioning. So everything that you learn, you'll know exactly how to position and speak to it confidently in an interview. And then you'll get 1 new training and master classes added to this through December through June 2026 after this experience. All right. And if you pay in full, you get 3-month post-hire. Plus, we're going to have an AI-powered intro for beginners automation module and intro to AI testing. And if you join us, all right, and pay in full, you're going to actually get all those bonuses. Now, remember, in order to join, you must have manual testing experience. We will not be teaching manual testing. So this is for the person who was specifically designed to upskill your current testing skills. So you must have some knowledge in manual testing, been to a boot camp, or have actually worked in testing. All right. So let's go over the 3 jobs again tonight. So the 3 jobs, we've had several jobs. Product systems tester. This is good for a first QA role with Allstate. Product systems tester. Then we have QA engineer with Bitwarden. And then this is where, when you have automation skills, you can demand more money and position for 100 to 130. These are all remote roles, people. I do not pull on-site roles, but still go for those too, because the money is money, right? It's about skill set. Then we have another one for 105 to 115. Then we have another one for 100 to 130. And then we have this other one for 100 to 160. Your skill set is your paycheck. So if you have any questions, all right, so I'm going to put the link here. If you want to learn more, or if you are new to this, you can go to www.road2qa.com and learn about us too, about our main program. Okay, so if you're just starting, this is probably going to be where you start. But if you want to learn about the automation, it's the join.road2qa.com/30 days to automation. Do we have any questions? Any questions tonight? Any questions? Can I show you inside of the community of some wins for some people? Can I show you some wins? Let me just make sure I'm not sharing the wrong stuff again. All right, so this is inside of our current Road to QA community. And when you come into the automation module, you'll also be in a special area for that we manage. These are our students. Inside of Road to QA, our main program, inside of Road to QA is you go through the program, and then when you go through the program, you come to the internship to get into the market. So I'm gonna just show you a few wins. So I'm gonna just cover this up. We got Patricia, we got all their names here, but we got Patricia that she got a job there. Then we got Darian, who got a job. Then we got Joy, who got a promotion. Kalisha, Brian, all of these people, okay? So when you come to Road to QA, you're going to get access to the actual community. But then when you're inside of Road to QA, the main program, this is how you actually sign in. And then you'll start your program modules. So this is behind the scenes inside of Road to QA. This is where you'll start your program modules. The bulk of your work is definitely in step 2. All right. But this is where you're going to do all of your work inside of Road to QA. And then we have access to a community. So any questions? Any questions? I'm about to get off of here. Was that helpful for tonight? Did y'all see some money? So I showed you guys 2 roles for like newbies to get your first yes, and then about 3 or 4 for those who want to upskill in automation, plus our 30 days automation course. So roadtoqa.com is our core program teaching you how to get into the market as a QA engineer, which you can still even land. Thank you. You still even land roles that have some automation, right? Especially if they say to contribute and they have a senior QA. But our 30 days to automation is specifically for someone who has already secured their first QA role, has manual testing experience, or has taken another manual testing background, and you're ready to upskill so you don't get displaced by AI and automation. All right. So we want to give you those skills before 2026 so you can compete at a higher level. We don't want to wait to 2026. We just had 3 people this month land roles. You can land yours too, and you can definitely get your first yes in tech. All right. If you have any questions, again, roadtoqa.com. We do have a support button on there if you have any questions, but if you want to join us in the 30 days of automation and you already have manual testing experience, go ahead and sign up. You're a student. So yeah, either way, hello, the help desk, hello at roadtoqa.com. If you go inside of your portal under get started, it tells you how to sign up for the affiliate program. Okay. And then it walks you through that. So go look inside your module if you don't see, if you are still missing anything. Is this for someone who doesn't have experience? So yes and no. The second program, the one that we're launching, that we're doing live, is not for someone who has no experience. Okay, but the main program at roadtoqa.com is for someone who has no experience. That's the program where I've helped over 200 people. And how you see, I have a student that's in here. I have a couple of students that was in here. One that actually have landed jobs. She's been on her road for a while, like 2 years now. And then I have another student here who's new, and she's saying good things about the program. Thank you. So yes, you can learn more at roadtoqa.com. And I have testimonials and success stories. If you're ready to do the work, I'm ready to work with you. So inside of our main program, we do weekly calls with our weekly mentor, Antoine, who's had QA roles. Then we have Sade, who manages the community. No problem. Then we have myself, who's on a week or two, who's on the monthly calls where I do live Q&A and interview prep with you live. That I'm in the community. But how the program works is you go through the program, you do all of the program work, and then you come and we have skill labs now that we just launched, which we didn't even have all this stuff. Well, we didn't have that. And then we do a 10-day internship. So like right now, I'm in a 10-day internship where after the student have went through the program, they actually go through a day in a life where for 10 days, right now it's 4 weeks because we space it out, but now it's going to be 10 days in 2026. That's going to be our next one. But Road to QA is a self-paced program but within your 1 year seat, what you actually get access to is everything. And then the goal is for you to get done with the program before the year, though, so you can come to one of our 3 internship experiences. We have had over 100 people never come to the internship and they've landed a yes. But then we've had students who said the internship is what wrapped everything around for them. So, yeah. I just had a student who just had a student who just got an offer, and he never did my internship. But then I have 3 students who just got offers who did the internship. So the process and the goal is for you to go through the program and then do the internship so you can get into the market, because the internship also allows you to get the actual practical experience, but use it on your resume for experience and speak to it in interviews. And if you need to be, if you need my referral, as long as you did the work and everything, which I verify at the end, then that gives you that actual experience of a day in the life of a QA. And then if you want to move into like my 30 days to automation, the second track, you can do so later. But you want to be in the first program or the main program, because you don't want to try to jump. That's a whole nother skill set, automation. Okay. You want to build it. And if you try to do them both, it'll be overwhelming and you'll just never get into the market. So I hope that helps. Any other questions? Was that helpful tonight? All right. So if you wasn't here, you probably gonna have to catch the replay. But we went over 2 jobs for newbies, and then we went over 4 jobs for automation, and then I went over our 30 days to automation. Again, if you're interested in the 30 days to automation, you have manual testing experience, or you're a previous Road to QA student, you understand manual testing, or you went to another boot camp, you want to lock in your seat. If you are a previous student, email us because you get $200 off as a previous student or current student. However, if you're trying to learn automation and you already have manual testing experience, we're only taking 25 seats, and I can tell you now that 8 of them are already gone. And I have not really announced this, but only like on IG. So I haven't even emailed my list and all that other stuff. So the goal and the mission is to help underrepresented people be able to not be this, position, so that we are, in an upward mobility outside of AI and automation, right? We don't want to get displaced for AI and automation, and nor do I want you to feel like you have to take 6 months just to learn something new. It shouldn't take you 6 months to just get a little bit of something. All right. And a lot of times we'll take these boot camps and they'll be so long and you just feel like you got to wait. I want you to be able to get something in 30 days and say, I know how to do this. I may not be proficient in JavaScript, but this is what I know. I may not be proficient in using VS Code, but this is what I know. This is what I can accomplish. This is what I can do. This is the type of testing I can form. This is how I can go inside of Playwright and I can locate elements and I can build a script, an end-to-end script. This is what I understand about CI/CD. This is what I understand about GitHub. We want to get it now. We don't want to wait. All right. Every single day you're doing something for 30 days because you're building a portfolio. And then for 6 months, we're going to drop something new to you. And you're going to have a monthly call with me and our automation engineer, Tony, and trainer. So it's like this 30 days is just like an acceleration to get something done. And then you'll still be building your skill set. Now, you have to decide and take the time to still continue. But if you do the work, you will have a portfolio. And you will understand how to go from your manual testing into automation using Playwright and JavaScript and create end scripts. All right. So again, if you have any questions, that is our Road to QA. I just dropped the link again. Join.roadtoqa.com, 30 days automation. Again, prerequisite. You have to have manual testing experience or understand manual testing. We are not teaching that. So if you need to start from the top to get your first yes, go to our main site at roadtoqa.com, and that is for newbies. Okay. Any questions? So I hope this helps you guys. Hope it inspires you to understand that there is a first yes for you. But again, your skill set equals your paycheck. All right. We cannot be afraid of AI and automation. There's no more fearing this. There's no more talking about it's taking jobs. Essentially, it's also creating jobs. And it's basically, we need to become the quality guardians of this. So now you're talking about from a testing perspective, you're talking about the core foundations and knowledge of testing, of QA. Now you're talking about you can do performance, security, accessibility testing. Now you're talking about AI testing. Now you're talking about automation testing. Now you're talking about creating IA agents. All of these things are skills. All right. So how can you support, implement, and maintain all of these skills and help testing become better and more productive and more efficient for a company? That's what we have to be positioned for. And inside of Road to QA, we're adding intro modules. Our main course, we're adding intro modules just for our students. And then the automation modules or the automation course is going to go deeper into the actual skill set of automation. But you do get intro modules to automation inside of the main Road to QA program. So we don't leave you out. Road to QA is not positioned to just say you're a manual tester. That's why we want you to do, especially not our program today and where it is now, because it's definitely not the same that it was 1 year and 2 years ago. Okay. But now, the goal is you should be able to do some front-end testing, some back-end testing, some middleware testing, so some API testing, all of these things. And then inside of our main program in Road to QA, you'll have intro to automation. So that'll get you started. And we're adding an intro to that in Playwright. So, again, you can be able to land roles just like what I just showed you. Okay? Do we have any questions? Any questions about QA, things of that nature, experience? If we don't, I'll go. I know I gave you guys a lot, but if you, I see another student with a JOB. I see another student with a JOB. If you're an RTQ graduate with a job and you still watching this, say RTQ. I don't know if they want to say it. I see a student with a job and I know that person is like fresh a few months in. And I know that person is also helping with some automation stuff. That person card is going to be like, I know she's talking about me. So I've got another student. That's 2 students with jobs. One from 2 years ago and one from, there we go. I know. I was like, I don't know if you was going to do it. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Keep us updated. Can't wait for you to come talk to us about everything you're doing. Sorry if you're already answered, is this program completely self-paced? So it is considered a self-paced experience. I say self-paced hybrid. It's all remote, but just because you're not alone, right? We have weekly live calls. We have over 200 hours of replays of those calls. Every 6 weeks, we start from the top and our mentor starts live. So you can watch the replays, you can come live. But you go through the portal on your own pace, but we have live weekly calls. We have monthly calls with me. So it's like you're doing the core training at your own pace, but every week you can come speak to us, and even in the community, like we're there. So, you know, if you want to ask a question every day. So you're not alone. It's just designed so that you don't have to be, you know, constrained to an exact time, and it can be done with your life. So yes, it's considered self-paced or at your own pace. It is considered a 1-year program though. And then if you choose to renew the next year, you can. And our students always have a promoted price outside that we don't offer to anyone else. Okay. So, but yes, it is completely self-paced. Our whole mission is not to be exactly a boot camp, right? And also not experience that, because if we did like a cohort style, the price would be different, right? So yeah, no problem. So yeah, roadtoqa.com. Let me know if you have any questions, and you can always send, as humans, we answer our help desk. So you can, if you have any questions, roadtoqa.com/help. And we have our help desk. You can ask questions there. All right. Well, the replay will be up. I hope that I just inspired you that money is out here. Your skill set is your paycheck. And there are many ways for you to get positioned so you are not replaced or displaced by AI and automation. But in order to do that, we have to have the right skills. And inside of Road to QA, essentially, you go through my program where I teach you how to go from newbie to into the market confidently as a QA engineer using my skills method. All right. And using my skills method, you're going to start with the understanding of QA and your transferable skills. You're going to you're going to acquire the knowledge that you need. You're going to acquire the knowledge that you actually need for actual QA terms and skills. Then you're going to improve and optimize your resume for the market. You're going to level up for the interview, load yourself inside of the market, and then you're going to skill up until you get your first yes. All right. So if you want to learn more, go to roadtoqa.com. If you are a manual tester with experience and you're ready to up level with automation before 2026, you can learn more at our 30 Days to Automation. All right. I'll post that one more time before I go. Oh, I guess I lost it. I'll post it in the description. So anything else? All right. I need to come back because I was on it. I had to stop. Come on back. I'm confused. It's QASO. What do you mean? Let me know before I go. It's QAAI. No. So QA is quality assurance. AI is AI testing, but you can do AI testing as a quality assurance engineer. That makes sense? So quality assurance is essentially the process of us testing to make sure the product, a software application does what it's supposed to do. We're ensuring the quality and that what the owners, the stakeholders wanted to build, it works as expected. So, and then AI is essentially just like, how you have ChatGPT and things of that nature. AI can be tested, right? AI can hallucinate. AI can have biased answers. AI could give you the wrong things. And so there are tools that AI you can use as a QA engineer to test AI. And because of AI, because of AI, I'll get to that question in just a second. Because of AI, the market really doesn't understand. One, like many people aren't trained in AI testing. Even I had to upskill in it separately. And then because of AI, because it's so new, they're still trying to understand what is the job description behind that with as a QA. Like you can see AI QA roles, but what does it mean to test AI hallucinations and biases and things of that nature? And there are special tools for that. Is coding required? So I'm going to say that to get your first yes as a QA engineer, coding is not required. However, I am going to say, and I'll always say, that you need to still understand the core foundations of what it means to actually do automation. So you still need the foundational or the basic understanding of a programming language like Python or JavaScript. Inside of Road to QA, we have intro modules for that. So I don't want you to ever go in an interview and say, I don't know that at all, because you're not competing at your highest level. I'm going to tell you that, okay, you have everything we can give you, but then if you can compete a little bit more, be able to speak to a little bit of that so you will have a little bit of practice. So no, you could have a QA role where they absolutely want someone who has a programming language. It is possible, but then you have more like manual roles where no, you don't have to. But we're finding that even with a lot of manual roles, because of AI making all this noise and automation, companies are now wanting their QAs to understand that or to have some knowledge of it. All right. But we had 3 students this month land jobs. They don't code. They are essentially more of a manual, but they're still a QA engineer. All right. But they're more manual where they're not a coder or they're not scripting automation. However, it doesn't mean that they won't train them or they won't want them to upskill in that. Okay. Am I answering that question? So every job is going to be different. Okay. So that's why you look at the job descriptions. A lot of times people just go look at manual QA. No, you want to search roles like UAT tester, user acceptance tester, product tester, product analyst, QA analyst, QA tester, manual QA, QA engineer, software quality assurance. Like every company can call their QA something different. QA quality assurance consultant. Okay. So every company can call their roles, different. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, you guys. Well, have a good night. If you have any questions, again, go to roadtoqa.com /help. Or you can also learn about our program details at roadtoqa.com. And if you already have testing experience and you're ready to upskill so you are not displaced by AI and automation, go ahead and grab your seat. I can't wait to see you there. Let's go. Have a good night, guys.